Today we are taking a close look at the rising cost of childcare and education from the times that kids are born all the way through college.
Yeah, you know that it's an issue that impacts so many families here in Colorado. A little later this morning, Maggie Bryan and I will be sharing some of the ways that families are starting to adjust their plans when the cost of a traditional four-year college degree seems almost unattainable.
First, though, I want to talk about just how hard it is to afford and then even find childcare in our state. We are starting in Jefferson County. I asked the Colorado Children's Campaign, it's a nonprofit advocacy group, that said in the entire county there is a childcare deficit of just over 5,000 slots. So that means there is capacity for roughly 18,731 kids, but really more than 23,000 likely need some kind of childcare. It's really putting families in a really tough position, and we see that kind of deficit all across the state. We are focusing on Jefferson County, though, for a reason, because today we have a little bit of good news. Denver 7's Allie Jenner-John is live outside of Head Start, and Allie, they're now getting some really important funding from a federal grant, and honestly, any spots that are opening up is helpful.
Absolutely, and there are slots opening up, 64 preschool slots and 16 openings for toddlers. So that's helping 80 families in the community that rely on childcare at no cost. So there are 4 locations opening between Lakewood and Golden. Here they are right now on your screen. You can take a look at them and their locations because the grant will allow them to open starting October 1st. Now, all of them will operate on a 4-day school week with classes for 7.5 hours Tuesday through Friday. Now, I talked to a Head Start director for Jefferson County, Rachel Meixner, about this grant, and she says it's about accessibility and affordability. She tells me there's really not enough childcare capacity in the county to meet the need. So this grant, she says, is a big step in the right direction for now. But what's to come, she says, is a waiting game.
From a federal standpoint, right now we're just waiting for the fiscal year 2026 appropriations to see what funding levels are going to look like for Head Start without increases in federal appropriations to keep up with inflation. It's really hard to continue operating at the same level.
Now, Meixner tells me her team has received no guidance on how to implement those proposed changes for eligibility should it come for that. She says right now families are eligible for Head Start if they're at or below the federal poverty level. We do have details on applications if you're interested on our website, denver7.com. Anusha, I know you were digging into those numbers, and I think that just shows how much these openings are needed, not just in Jefferson County, but beyond.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's nice to note that even a few slots that are opening up will definitely make a huge difference for families. Thank you so much, Allie. And there's actually another program that I've been covering for a while. It is using empty office space for childcare. Mile High United Way is one of those places. They were converting some of their unused office space downtown. These were essentially empty conference rooms that were never used as much post-COVID. Their program, though, is open to families in that area, and that is considered a childcare desert. This is in part of downtown Denver. There are rooms for toddlers and infants for 60 kids in total. They even turn their old parking deck into a playground. Tuition is based on a sliding scale, so it becomes more affordable for lower income families. If you're interested in learning about enrollment, you can go to Mile High United Way's website or call 211.